Okay, I'm doing some propagation. Basically, all I do is stick some plants in a thing of sand with a bunch of water, and this is called propagation. They grow roots. You just take a regular old twig. This is pear. This is pear too. So, and you take it. Hold on, let me grab a. There we go. I've had recent success with this. I mean, I had to go turn around and grab this. But this is a piece of grape from a 40-year-old, I think, pretty much over 40-year-old grapevine. This thing grew roots just from a twig because it was dying, and the root system was dying in the old one, so now I got a new one. And I've had pretty good success with this one right here. And you don't have to have this, but I have its rooting hormone. I have two different types. This is the type I'm mainly using. It's just easier to use. I've already done a bunch of experiments, and test one, most of them failed except for that grapevine back there. And I'm just reusing the things here. That's why they already have stuff written on them. That's cherry. I'm gonna get this is big cherries. I'm gonna use the big one. I basically took these from family members' houses when I been over there. So, cut that off. Just trimming it down. You do sometimes want leaves. I just cut it at an angle. I had to measure it and cut it at length. Well, I got as good as angle as I can get. And basically, for the leaves, you want to cut off most of them. So I am going to cut it down to about there. And I'm going to cut most of the leaves in half. What you have to do, just cut them in half right there, see? Because the plant still needs to make energy. Still needs the sunlight. But you don't want it to waste all the energy with the leaves. So if they're small, they still make energy, still good. This is how I've had success. I'm screaming up there. And you just cut notches. I just do this until it looks about good. You do want to cut a bunch, not a bunch, but a good quantity of these. This is without these notches, this is where it grows roots from, see? And these little, focus. Right there. I think every focus is away from that. There we go. There's little leaf things where leaves is grown, mostly. You can see it way better on apple. There's some apple right here. Like right there. Focus. That's where a leaf has grown in the past. That's where you have the best chance of growing roots. So you want to grow those around leaf nodes. Now, there is another YouTuber that does this really well, and that's how I kind of mostly learned all this. After this video, just go probably check him out. Mike Kincaid. He has a lot more subscribers than me, but I don't care. I'm still telling you where I got the ideas. And you just want to make it where the roots, oh, hit the stand, where the roots can grow right out of there. I also recommend just cutting through the bark, because that green stuff is what gets nutrients around it. And if that green stuff, that's where the roots come out of, mostly. So you just want to cut down until you get to the white part. You want to cut through it. You want to cut a notch out. You just do a bunch of those. This is how I've learned to do it. And I've had mixed results. Sometimes this works beautifully, sometimes it doesn't work at all. Just depends on mostly the plant. I finally got that grapevine. I've been trying to actually do this with it for a long time, and it's never worked because the plant has mostly been dying, but I finally got it to do it. And you just cut slits in it too. Just cut the bark. You just want to make it where this stuff, if you have it, I do recommend having it if you want to do this really well. If you want to have the best results. Now, I will probably, if anyone watches this video that has done this before, probably yell at me for just sticking it in the thing. This is because apparently most people don't like doing that. Just get your thing of sand. See, basically what you do. Here's a better one. You have this, fill this full of water. Not full, but most of the way. Then you stick your thing of sand down in there. This is the second cup will have sand. Then you put the thing in the sand. Then you put this on top, and you seal it shut. And I mostly just seal it shut with any tape, mostly electrical tape. It just does better. You take it, put a hole to the bottom, and you stick this down in there. Back it down. And you put sand on top, just to fill it up mostly, so more space for roots to grow. And the reason I'm putting it in sand, it's really wet sand actually, because it grows best in water. But the roots grow thin, small, and weak. But if you grow it in sand that's watered down, it grows like mostly like a root in dirt would grow. It's easier for the transition because the water roots are really thin, like hair thin, but the dirt roots are thicker. And that's why the sand works best. Kind of have to lean back. Don't like doing that. Just take your top. Gotta get it on there. There you go. Now you just gotta tape it shut. I will probably have an update to see if any of these work later on. So I got apple, pear, 2 different types of cherries, and 2 different types of pears. Actually, not 2 different types. I think it's the same type, just 2 different trees. And one produces big but little fruit. The other one produces a lot but very tiny fruit on that one. So I'm doing both. I don't know which one would be better. Probably the best would be grafting them onto each other. And you just cut that. Push it on down. And hopefully, the longest time I'll give it is about a month, maybe 2. But if it still has leaves, you got a good shot of growing you some roots. As soon as they lose their leaves, probably about 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 2 weeks before they actually die. And that's how you do it. There you go.